What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. All right, guys, it is going to be my wife's birthday weekend. That's right. Happy birthday to my wife, September the 3rd, big day. So I'll be a little bit busy for the next 2 days. Plus, my kids are going back to school. And not to mention, your boy's got to go back to the office 3 times a week. No more working from home full time. So this is going to be a very big transition for me in life. So as mentioned, I'm going to do my best to be here as much as I possibly can to cover everything like I have normally been doing. But my time is now going to change significantly, unfortunately. So we'll see how that affects me overall. But I do want to cover something important in this video, guys, and that is covering the mana extract and where to use it best, who to give it to first, and where you want to get it. So what I'm talking about here specifically, if you guys don't know what I'm referring to, is this special little item that is extremely hard to get in this game, and one that you definitely want to covet and hold on to as much as you possibly can, and that's these right here, the Mana Power Extract. Now, if you might be asking, Payne, what are these in your brand new? Well, this is where you will use to increase your skill level from 8, 9 to 10, so to be able to maximize your skills at the end of the day. So I want to go over, first off, where to get these, number 2, also what to use them for, all right, who to use them for, and what your priorities should be, and which for which characters. So I'm going to focus on the top characters mostly. I'm not going to focus on everybody because you shouldn't be using these on everybody. These are so rare to get. I'd even go as far as saying these are probably the rarest items to get in the game at the moment. If I look through this entire thing, I'm pretty positive this is even more rare to get than actual black and limited tickets. It's crazy. So you definitely don't want to just willy-nilly just use these whenever you want. They are very costly as well. So if you plan to ever buy them from the shop, for example, I believe you can in some places. Let me just double check here. I might be wrong. I think they mostly sell them in the special shop. And I think you have to buy them. I don't even know if you can buy them, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Can you even purchase these? Let me just double check something, guys, real quick. So not there. We know costumes don't have them. We know this place doesn't have them. The special area doesn't have them. Look, the red things are available. Maybe bonuses sometimes carry them in the top section. Not even there. Look at this. Look at this. You're more likely to get an SSR weapon from the bonus than you are to get one of these mana extracts. So again, the rarity of these are very elusive. So you don't want to mess around and not be able to get some of these and use them wisely, right? So let's go through this. Where do you get them? So let's just talk about that. Number 1, you saw this, the Celebration Coin Exchange Shop. They always carry them here for 150 of these red tokens. These are also very difficult to come by because they are from dupes and also summoning. So the more of these you get, you sometimes want to focus on this. So it'll be either this or the red card that you usually want to focus on, right? Or the limited tickets, not the red card, sorry, the limited tickets is what you want to focus on. So for me personally, because I have 5 of them right now, I'm kind of focusing on getting my raid up draw tickets first to save up for on my free-to-play account, but many of you may want to consider going for the Mana Power Extract as well too, right? Weapon Material Exchange doesn't have them at all, so don't worry about that. The Mana Crystals don't have them. The Rock, Paper, Scissors don't have them. And the Battlefield of Time doesn't have them. Okay, so you guys can see here, the only place in the exchange shop that does possess them is the Celebration Coin Exchange section. Now, there are other places in the game that also possesses this. For example, here, if I go into the events shop, sometimes you can actually get them right here. You see that? There's Own 5. Again, I got one of them here. This is very rare as well and does not happen often whatsoever. So if we go into the Special Lucky Capsule section, doesn't have it here in this event, and you actually can't. Can you actually get them here? You can't get them here either. So the place that had this was, where is it? The 100-day celebration, maybe? Is that where it possessed it? No, not even here. Was it here? Somewhere here they gave me one of these. I know this for a fact. I'm just trying to remember where it was, though, that I possessed it. Anyway, so you can get them from some events. It's, again, here, maybe the Rock, Paper, Scissors. There it is, right there. That's where it was. So you guys can see here, you guys can get one of them from this event. Again, very rare. It's one of the most uncommon areas to get them is events. And I believe from actual story mode, challenge modes, etc., maybe sometimes you'll be able to get them from some of these right here, right? So going through every single one, you might have to double check. I don't know if they actually possess them in any of these as well. Like if I'm going to go through each one, there it is right there. Floor 49 has one, right? So again, extremely difficult to come by. So this is why you can't just, like, again, just spend them on everybody and anybody, right? You actually have to be very thoughtful in what you do. So let's talk about the best places to spend these and why it's so important. So first off, I do want to point out the best spot you can spend it on Jinu is going to be his ultimate skill. Yeah, getting his ultimate skill from 8, 9, and 10. This should be a priority for him for sure. All right, this is one of the most important things you can do because it will max out the amount of damage he does. And you can see the damage goes up to 6,239%. So you're doing a lot of damage in comparison to anything else he has in his repertoire. Now, in terms of skills themselves, guys, you can use it here. I don't recommend it only because you will skill up from getting yourself different rarities from here. And that will be enough to actually get your skills and push your skills further. So I wouldn't use them here at all. I would actually save them next for the actual weapons themselves. So your best weapons in the game, you should push to level 10. So for example, right here, you can see my my secret bullet is level 10, right? And this actually is required. So if I go to my plum sword, which is level 9, and if I want to skill this up one more, you guys can see here, it goes up by a little less than 100%, a little more than 100%, 130%, 133%. And that will require at least one of these mana extracts, as well as these right here, the player skill scrolls. Now remember, player skill scrolls, you can actually craft. So there isn't a limitation to it based on how many of these you have. So you guys can craft these as well. You guys can see. So you can always maximize this through just crafting, but again, the mana extracts, you can't do that. So saving these for the next best thing would be your weapons. Weapons are super important in this game, and so I would push this even further. You guys can see I got 8. I would go even 9 here and just get these up as much as you can, and that will maximize the amount of damage your weapons will do. Okay, so that's the second place I would use it. Now, if we get away from Jinnu, as those are the two most important places in my opinion, you're going to go over to your hunters. Now, hunters are important. I'm going to focus on really the top 3 hunters currently in the game and where you want to focus on. Okay, so first off, Alicia. Let's talk about her. Since she's the queen of DPS with Meilin right here. So these two are going to be your most important. So for Alicia, the first skill you want to really put this towards is going to be her core attack, believe it or not. Yeah, her core attack is her bread and butter for damage, so you absolutely want to focus all of your efforts on getting this maximized because she does core attack nonstop. She pretty much spams it, right? So with the more core attack damage you have, put Tusk into the mist, you're giving her even more core damage, and then those mana extracts to level 10 will maximize it at 1575. These are not a bad option to push, but I wouldn't push them further than 7. And then her ultimate's the other one I would focus on as well, too, trying to get that to at least level 9 or 10 if you can, all right? So those are very important. Now remember, these on the other hand use the other skills, skill tokens from hunters, right? So these skill scroll 3s, and again, these, just like the other ones from Jinnu, can be crafted. You guys can see here the difference is roughly about 180%-ish, right? To increase that damage, and it's absolutely worth it. So that is something you definitely want to focus on. So for Alicia, it'd be core damage and her ultimate. Now let's go over to Meilin. Meilin would also be very similar, except hers is going to be her ultimate because you're going to cast it very often, and then her 2 skills over here. So she's a little bit more expensive because you want to do 3 skills for her, but these are going to maximize her damage quite a bit. And you guys can see if you push this, look at this, it goes to 2,325% of damage, depending on which one you want to go with, right? And if you do the same thing here, I believe it goes to the exact same amount. Yeah, 2325. So a lot of damage. If you compare those skills to Alicia's, right? Look, 1560. Now this one does push a little further to 2775, but if you have 2 of them at this rate, you're doing a lot more damage. So for Meilin, you absolutely want to put her ultimate. Her ultimate doesn't do as much damage as Alicia's, obviously, but her 2 skills here are what's going to matter most when it comes down to. So I would focus these on 10, and I will push this even further, right? So those are the ones I would probably give her the most love for and try to get those up as much as you can. All right, that's the second unit. And then, I mean, the third one is up to you. You can look at supports if you want, but really, let's just focus on Cha. Let's just give her that love. And then, so for Cha, realistically, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to her the dancer skill for her and her ultimate. Those are the 2 main skills that she's going to focus on. This skill is great as well, too, obviously, and you can push it further if you want, but for mana extract purposes, I would go ultimate first, and then I go with the dancer next. Ultimate if you have A5, dancer if you have anything below that, A3, A4, A2, A1, etc., right? So those are where the focuses should be, and that's kind of how you gauge where you want to maximize. So for example, someone like Sa, her biggest ones are going to be her spam skills, so these ones, and her core damage. So you want to get these to 10 first because she's going to spam these non-stop, right? And they do decent damage. Her ultimate is also really good, but again, she's all about this, right? Where someone like Wu, same scenario, where he's doing a lot of core damage, he's doing a lot of this, and his ultimate's not as important. For Gun He, you might want to focus on QTE because it's part of his skills, his ultimate as well too, plus his fighting spirit and his core. So some characters are going to be very, very expensive, and you might want to push them. Now, another reason to push these even further, if you are a whale, is of course to get yourself more combat power, to push your account even further in terms of where your power is. But even for whales, I wouldn't use mana extract willy-nilly like that and just to push power. You want to use it on units you're actually going to get some benefit from, as well as some power that you're going to gain from those specific skills. So I hope that kind of helps you guys out a little bit in terms of who to focus on and what to focus on. But guys, at the end of the day, these are not items that are going to be easy to come by, so make sure you are smart about the way you use it. I would, even as a free-to-play player, you saw me use a couple of those. I was planning to save them for Thomas Andre and other characters. I just want to show you guys examples of how it works. But going forward, I'm going to start saving, right? Because again, these are not things that are going to come easily to you. So absolutely, absolutely, guys, save a few of those. Make sure you have at least 5 in your inventory at all times, in my opinion, when something brand new comes out or a new weapon comes out or something that you want to upgrade because of a buff that they've given to a certain item. You want to have those available to maximize that, and then that'll help you push content even further. All right, guys, this is Payne. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.